So it's 6:30 in the morning. We are just south of Sugarloaf Island at Moorhead City, where we've spent the night at anchor. The anchor held all night in reversing strong currents and gusts of wind, so that's good. I hope we're able to break it free this morning. And today we're going to be heading south, continuing down the ICW towards Hammock Bay, where we will be surrounded by property owned by the United States Marine Corps, where they do live fire drills, so that'll be exciting. We have one bridge that we must wait to open just before we get there, so that's going to be an interesting experience as well. In the night it was pretty chilly in here, but we survived. We got some good sleeping bags and we're ready for the day. When Whitetail's diesel engine is running, the alternator makes DC power, and the photovoltaic panels on the bimini also make DC when the sun is out. All of that gets handled by our Victron equipment down below, including this inverter, which provides power so we can run domestic appliances at 110 volts, including the microwave, the kettle, and our beloved Instant Pot, although we have to keep an eye on energy usage. All of this makes the interior of the boat a very civilized place to be during making passages. You can make a cup of tea down here, you know. So Dan, we're traveling along Bogue Sound. Are there any particular hazards that we have to pay attention to?
So the U.S. government is supposed to, specifically I think the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is supposed to keep the intracontinental waterway to a certain depth, so all vessels, mostly pleasure, but some commercial vessels can get through without any problems. However, what they measure, from my understanding, is the amount of commercial traffic that uses the intracoastal waterway, and that's decreased. So the funding for dredging is less than it used to be, which means we have, especially in this part of North Carolina, shoaling, because we're so close to the ocean. It's literally 2 miles over that way. There's a lot of current that comes in through the inlets.
To try to avoid running aground on unexpected shoals in the ICW, we use multiple information sources. There's our chart plotter down here. We're also running up here an application called Aquamaps, which has very detailed information about depth of the channel that we can use to try and avoid shoals. You can see that Dan has also imported, in that dashed blue line, he's imported a very well-known safe path from a gentleman called Bob423. We use all this information to do our best to avoid problems.
Oh, and primarily we use our vision.
Yes. You're catching us at an exciting moment. We're actually turning a corner and passing a work barge. There goes Onslow Beach Swing Bridge as we head south along the ICW toward the New River Inlet. So we made it down the ICW to mile, I think we're at 245, where we are at Hammock Bay. This is a bay excavated by, I believe, the United States Marine Corps. They do all kinds of training here. We've seen a number of exciting aerial vehicles already maneuvering around here, but we're allowed to, I believe we're allowed to anchor in here. It's a really well protected space. It's protected on 3 sides. It's very sheltered. It's huge. There's plenty of swinging room for us and other boats. So it's really great. Maybe I shouldn't tell everyone. Thanks to our friend Chuck for telling us about it. Anyway, that's day 2.